So I did a video on my main channel talking about how much my investment accounts have grown this year, and I thought it would do terrible because usually when I do videos that are a little bit outside of the norm, they do really poorly, but this one actually did okay, and I'm very happy with that. I did have to clickbait it a little bit to get a lot of you to watch it, but that's YouTube. That's kind of what you have to do in order to spread your message, unfortunately.
You didn't have to do that.
But I also got lots of cool comments that I want to talk about today. So I want to know, can you actually retire a millionaire? Can an average person with an average salary or an average pay retire a millionaire by investing into the stock market?
My answer is no.
So we're going to talk about that today, but first let's pay some bills. This video is sponsored by buymeacoffee.com, the insanely easy to use platform that allows you to accept donations from your supportive fans, to set up a membership site, or to sell your products all in one easy to use website. If you'd like to support this channel, feel free to buy me a cup of coffee and potentially have your message read in one of my upcoming videos. Thanks again to Buy Me a Coffee for supporting this channel. Now back to the video. Okay, so I did a little bit of a clickbaity thing here and I titled it, I made over $30,000 doing nothing, here's how, and I put $230 per day with me relaxing. There's lots of videos saying like the lazy ways to make $230 a day or the lazy way to passive income. And I was kind of trend jacking that idea because I wanted to get this message out. I wanted to get the importance of educating yourself in investing, but I knew that if I put up a simple video saying, here's how you invest for beginners, or I'm hoping to inspire you to look into investing, I knew it would get like 100 views and wouldn't really reach anybody. So I did it a little bit clickbaity. I feel a little bit weird about that, but it is what it is, and it did its job because a lot of people watched it, a lot of people liked it, and a lot of people left some cool comments, so we're gonna read some of them right now.
You tricked us!
Okay, Glitter My Chaos, doing it. Thank you so much for the information and inspiration. Scared, but doing it. Yes, I know a lot of people that don't invest because they think it's so scary. It feels weird to take your hard-earned money and put it somewhere where it might grow or it might be gone. You just don't know. It feels a little bit like gambling when you first start doing it. It feels like you're throwing your money somewhere and potentially making more or potentially not. So it feels kind of like gambling, and it's scary to take your hard-earned money and do things like that with it. But if you educate yourself and you understand what you're doing with it, your mind starts shifting and you start realizing that it isn't guaranteed, but a lot of ways that you can do it can make it much safer for your money. And by leaving it alone for a long time and not touching it until you're retired, there is a very good chance that that money will have had growth over that time span and you will end up with more money than you started, and that's the whole goal.
It's my main goal.
Kristen's 8718, this was an inspiring video. Thank you. Wish I had started this when I was 18, but better late than never. That is so freaking true. I didn't start taking this stuff seriously until my 30s and 40s, and I wish I had started when I was 18. So I showed you in that video on my main channel how if you were 18 years old, you would have 47 years, I think it was, before you had to use your retirement fund. And if you have that length of time, 47 years, even $100 a month can turn into $1 million after that long. So the longer you have, the younger you are when you start this, the more time compound interest has to turn your money into even more money. You can end up with a lot more by starting with a lot less if you have a lot more time.
I'm simply too old.
So yes, I wish I had started when I was 18 also. So hopefully some people watch these videos and they actually get inspired to start when they're young. So Child Shows actually put a joke up and I totally didn't get it. I looked at it on my phone and went straight over my head at first. I said, who wants to retire a millionaire? And he took that kind of literally and said, I don't want to know how to retire a millionaire. They already have more money than me. Meaning that he's helping a millionaire to retire. I didn't get it. And then I just gave some generic response and he called me on it. You didn't get the joke. I didn't get the joke. That was my fault. Sorry. Sometimes I look at these things on my phone and I just go, oh yeah. And I don't think about it enough or as much as I should, and I didn't get the joke. Dang it.
You have no sense of humor.
SFV1, great content. I keep meaning to invest. I'm older, but using the calculator gave me a push, looking for how to invest now. So yes, of course, you're gonna be able to make a lot more money with a lot less money if you have a lot more time to do it. So if you are a little bit older, that means you have to invest more, or that means you have to be a little bit more aggressive, or that means you have to put your money into more volatile, aggressive things so it can grow a little bit faster. But yes, at any age, you can start this. And I've said things like this on this channel and in interviews and things that starting today is better than starting tomorrow. Starting this year will be better than next year. The sooner you can start some of these things, the more money you're going to end up with.
I don't need your money.
So Ginister X, kind of making fun of the community. It's too hard. Wah, laugh out loud. Very true. Many people think this is just way too hard. But again, I talk about things that are really complicated on my channel. Well, relatively complicated, like the Amazon Influencer Program, the TikTok Shop Affiliate Program. And those things are actually tough. They're tough to get into. They're tough to master. They're tough to understand. They take daily grinding. I do videos every single day of my life to make YouTube channels work, to make Amazon Influencer Program work, to make TikTok Shop Affiliate Program work, to do all these things. I'm like grinding every single day. Investing, you educate yourself once on investing, and then you set up an automatic fund where every time you get a paycheck, a tiny bit of it goes into your investment fund. And that's it. You never think about it again.
It's too hard.
It truly is not that hard. You're just afraid to get over that first initial step of understanding it so that you're comfortable with it. But once you're comfortable with it, you can set this up on autopilot. It's not hard. It's way easier than all the other stuff I'm telling you to do on this channel. Please just look into it, educate yourself, because it is truly what all the wealthiest people in the world do. They all invest their money. We should be doing it too.
Well, I'm not like most people.
KB Divs, this is the way to do it. 80% of my money is in VOO QQQ, 10% in extremely high dividend funds that pay monthly. Check out Yield Max ETFs. The other 10% I call Alpha Growth, Tesla, Bitcoin, Kronos, India ETF, etc. Okay, so I do something very, very similar here. So KB Divs is saying that 80% of the money is in VOO and QQQ. Most of my personal brokerage accounts are also in VOO and things like that that I consider less volatile and a little bit more safe, that have a lot of historical data showing a good growth rate over the years. I also do, however, play, and mine is probably 5 to 10%, like KB Divs, in extremely high dividend funds that pay monthly. So I have a Robinhood account, and pretty much the only thing I use my Robinhood account, feels like play money, it feels like gambling, but I try to find really high yield, monthly paying ETFs. And my goal was to try to create just a monthly ETF portfolio that I could just live off the dividends every month. There's not a lot of growth potential in those, which is why they go on to saying that they also have the 10% in Alpha Growth. Dividend stocks, especially high dividend yield stocks, tend to not grow very well over time. So if you put in $100,000 today, 10 years from now, you might still only have $100,000 in it. They don't grow very well. So if you have some stocks that are paying you monthly dividends, that's awesome. But then if you have some stocks that are helping your account grow, then you have more money at the end of the 10 years than you started with.
What is he talking about?
This is probably way more information than most of you want, but this is something very similar to what I do myself.
I don't care what you do.
Okay, and we're gonna do one more and we're gonna wrap it up, and here is an important one from Kevin Stats, who also is a great YouTuber himself. Go check him out. This does work. My friend started when we were both in college. He is now 44 and has retired. I didn't do as much, still grinding, huh? So, I know it's anecdotal, and I know I showed you how much money I'm making this year, and hopefully that helped inspire people, and hopefully Kevin's friend can be an inspiration to us all. Kevin's friend started investing when they were in college and was able to retire at age 44. So that's what happens when you have time. They probably started investing when they were 18 and didn't have to wait till they were 65 in order to retire. They were able to retire at 44. That's a nice big block of time, 20 some years. But because they listened to these types of messages that we're trying to put out here and did it early and acted on it and educated themselves, they are able to retire in their 40s, which is amazing.
Good for them.
And that's what I want for people. I want people to just understand this, to realize that you can do these really boring things and take small amounts of money and put it away and let your money do work for you. You can do these things and you can retire a millionaire. It is possible. People do it. The only difference between them and you is maybe a tiny bit more experience and knowledge in the subject matter. And that's what I'm hoping these videos do. Inspire you to go get some more information in these subjects and retire yourselves.
I'm never gonna retire.
So as always, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was at the very least entertaining, if not a little bit educational. I appreciate you watching as always, and I will see you in the next video.
I got better things to do.